Hello, I'm Tiffany Lewis, and today in the Cobb TV studio we have Chairman Mike Boyce with us. Welcome, Chairman.
Good to be back, Tiffany.
It's good to see you. Well, one of the things that is something that you are very passionate about is people being involved in the government and knowing what's going on in their government and being very open and very transparent. And one of the main ways that people can be involved is public hearings. And we have a lot of great public hearings coming up on various topics where people can find out what the county is doing and really give their input so that everything that we do has a community feel to it. And one of those things is our 2040 comprehensive plan. And ComDev staff has been working on this for a while, updating it, and they have the final draft of the update, but now we still want the public to be involved. So we have some public hearings coming up. Tell us a little bit about that process.
Well, it's part of connected to our ongoing efforts to make sure that the staff has a document that they can use to focus their programs on. Of course, this is all connected to the strategic plan, which we're currently revising to update for the next 5 years, starting with 2018. We're also, this comprehensive plan has some really important sections in it, particularly the land use map. It's, given that I'm someone that came into government from the outside, I was not aware of the importance of all these documents until I started doing my own homework as I researched to assume the job as a chairman. And within this plan is going to take us to 2040, and it has been a program. I think it's been being developed for almost 2 years now. I remember going to some initial public hearings on this sometime in the summer of 2016. So it's been going on for at least 2015, so at least 2 years. I just want to emphasize to people that once we approve this plan, and we're going to have some hearings on it, once we approve this plan, then that's going to tell us the direction our development is going to go for the next 15 years. And once we do this, we can tweak it every now and then, but we can't make major shifts to it. Because whenever you do that, then the ship just goes back and forth violently. People will get confused, and more importantly, we can't stay focused on what's important. So I have been going through the plan myself. I've got a lot of notes on it to how we might want to change some things. I would want to encourage people to do this likewise. And I just want to emphasize, this is a very, very big document. It has lots of appendixes and annexes, has lots of diagrams and charts, but I cannot overemphasize the importance of this plan. Because once we adopt it, then what I do is I tie it to the budget process. If it's in the plan, then it'll be in the budget. If it's not in the plan, then it won't be in the budget. Likewise with the strategic plan. If what we're trying to do in the future is going to shape the kind of programs that we have that we'll spend the money on. So these are all connected together, a lot of moving parts. And I know that I want to encourage people not only to come to the hearings, but also to send us emails. Every one of the commissioners, as well as me, and the head of the community development and other departments have emails where you can send in your suggestions. And this public hearing we're going to have next month is just one part of that process. And I know it's during a bad time of the year. It's in July. It's the end of summer vacation. School starts at the end of July. And parents and people are maybe involved in that with their families. But this is not a time to take your eye off the ball. This is a time to stay focused on what we're doing here, because we have a lot of big things going on here. They're going to shape how this county moves. And I'm the kind of person that we do a lot of work up front that makes the progress down the road easier, because we already worked on it, we all agree on it, and that's what we're going to move forward on.
Wonderful. Well, if people wanted to review the comprehensive plan, as you said, it is a large document, so they might want to start now and kind of start to digest it. They can go to cobbcounty.org/COMDEV.
Right.
And the first public hearing will be at the Planning Commission's meeting on July 6th, and then at the BOC meeting on August 8th. So that's a great time. They have a little bit of time to kind of digest it, and they can start sending the suggestions to the Board of Commissioners and the ComDev department right now by email. That's a great suggestion.
They will need a lot of time to digest it. It's a big document.
Exactly. Well, it seems to be kind of the time of public hearings. And
Right.
another thing that we have coming up is we'll have public hearings on the 2017 millage rate.
Right.
And we will have 3 public hearings
Correct.
on that. And tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, the reason we're going to have 3 is that, as I made it very clear, both during these videos and in other forums, that it is not my intention to roll the millage rate back. And because of that course, we have to have 3 meetings. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have 2 night meetings because the public is busy during the day. A large number of people are working families. So we'll have 2 meetings. The first, I think, is the night of July 10th. And then the last one, the last night meeting, will be the night of July 25th. We'll still also have a morning meeting on July 11th where we can talk about this. And I just want to, I think of all the issues that we have to focus on this summer, this is an important issue. Because as I've now gotten involved in government and gotten behind the scenes as the chairman, and as we've had these departments roll out their budget proposals for 2018, we have seen the challenges that we're going to have in the future. We have done some things in the past in response to the recession that were the appropriate course of action as far as shifting how we pay for things. But the bottom line is that, as I've been slowly talking about in other areas, we have to start addressing the traffic issues. And those traffic issues are big ticket items, which means we're going to have to use SPLOST dollars to pay for those projects. And what we've done over the last 2 SPLOST because of the recession is we're paying for things that normally we would pay for using general fund dollars, which is property taxes for the most part. So those kind of purchases will probably be squeezed out of the SPLOST list in the next SPLOST list to be replaced by the big ticket items that we're going to need to fix the traffic problems. Not fix them, to at least start to mitigate some of them. And we have to find a way to wean ourselves out of paying for these projects like cars and computers and furniture with SPLOST dollars and use tax dollars from property assessments to pay for those. So what we'll be doing in July is I'm working with communications, and I'm going to have a small presentation, and I'm going to show the people what it is the challenges are. And while we have the lowest millage rate in the area, that's good for the taxpayer, because we are very physically conservative here. But there comes a time when you can be, too low, and I think we're at that point right now. So my commitment during that campaign was not to raise the millage rate, and I plan not to do that. I obviously have to have the support of the board. But once I show everybody what our budgetary challenges are for 2017 and 18, I think they'll pretty well understand why we have to hold the line on the millage rate, and then in future years try to rely on increased property assessments because of the economic prosperity we're having in Cobb County right now to pay for a lot of other things without having to perhaps raise the millage rate. But if we do, we do. I just want to be very, very upfront here about people. We're going to do, I'm going to propose what is necessary to ensure that we have a quality government, that we have quality services, that we don't lower our standards, and that we do everything we can here to maintain the AAA rating that we have in this county.
Excellent. We always want to expect the best, so whatever we can do to offer the best to our residents. And you mentioned there will be 3 public hearings on the millage. The first one is on July 10th, the second one is on July 11th, and the third one is on July 25th. And I would assume people can also email the commissioner. If they cannot make it to a meeting, they can email you guys about that and offer their input and their opinions as well.
Yeah, and I would also suggest, because of the importance of this issue, that if they can't make it to one of the public hearings, to watch us on Cobb County, cobbtv.org. I think it's the right.
cobbcounty.org/CobbTV.
Oh, right, Cobb TV.
Yeah.
So watch us online, or if you can't do it the night of the meetings, then go back and watch the archive file. And it'll be very, very clear what the challenges are and why we're doing what we're doing.
Excellent. Well, to speak on topic, again, we had public hearings this week at the BOC meeting about some proposed changes to the Cobb County Code.
Right.
And we do have one final public hearing on that as well on July 25th. So tell us a little bit about that process.
Well, there's, as you know, Cobb County is a very dynamic community, and things change over time, and we have to keep up with the changes. These ordinances that we're proposing reflect the new realities of the new world in Cobb County, a county of nearly 750,000 people. We're trying to address some of the zoning issues that have emerged during the zoning process, the zoning hearings that I've been to since January. that obviously need to be addressed, that reflect the concerns of the citizens regarding density in new developments. But you know, it's kind of interesting you bring that up. People, and I was one of them, many people think that every time you have a development come up, you have to go to a zoning hearing to get it approved. And the answer is that's just not true, which is why this comprehensive plan and the future land use map is so important. Because if you're what you're proposing to do with that lot, that parcel, complies with the land use map, then all you need to have is permits to start, you know, disturbing the ground. So no matter, if we never had another zoning hearing or changed any of the ordinances, we would still have development in this county, which means we would have more traffic on the roads. So again, all these things that we're talking about right now, this the 2040 plan, the millage rate discussion, the budget process where the county commissioners are going to start getting the new budget draft next month, the ordinances, they all affect how we live in this county. They affect the quality of our life here. And there are just some things that are on automatic. There are some things that are automatic and are going in the wrong direction, and we need to bring them back onto the center of the road to reflect the voters' desires to how we want to develop this county. So these ordinances, while they're not great, collectively over time as we do this, they all make a difference. And I was very pleased to see last Tuesday night the large crowd we had of people who came to talk about things that we're doing here in Cobb County and their concerns about that. And more importantly, I'm very pleased to say that there were a couple issues that were brought up by the citizens that we've already addressed or are addressing right now to reflect their concerns to again bring this moving vehicle back to the center of the road. So again, it's July, it's summertime, but the board is not taking a vacation. They have a lot of things they're doing on their plate right now, and the public has multiple access to what we're doing. As you know, every government should be open and transparent, and what we're doing right now is clear for everybody to see, so that when we do finally take an action on this, our purpose is at least to say that we've informed you as best that we can. We hope that you stay involved. We want you to stay involved because you make us a better government. But by doing that, we will move ahead together, move into the future together as one team. We're a partnership between the government and the people.
A lot of moving parts that seem to kind of work together to get us all to a common goal.
They do, but they all boil back to the 5 members of the board. Every one of those issues, the board is the one that has to take all the input from those and handle those and then come out with a decision in a timely manner so that we continue to ensure that we're behind the growing prosperity of this county.
Absolutely. So the final public hearing on the proposed updates to the Cobb County Code will be July 25th. Correct. And those are things that people can find on cobbcounty.org/comdev. They can look through all the proposed changes and again, provide their feedback. So I know we mentioned a lot of dates. Right. It's great for people to continue to watch your video because you keep them very updated on what's coming up. Visit our website, see those calendar of events of when they can contribute. So that's great. Well, Chairman, anything else you want to share with us?
No, I think we've done enough. Yeah,
okay,
I think our bucket's pretty full. It's just an amazing board. They're working very, very hard, and I'm very, very pleased to see the public involvement in our board.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us again, and we'll see you next time.
All right. I look forward to coming back. Thank you.
Awesome.
Take care, Tiffany.
You too.